Then we'll discuss on different components available in Sccm. Then we'll see what are the components we are covering in the courseware. Then we'll do the Q&A. So that's the agenda for the day. Let's see. So Sccm started. So Sccm stands for System Center Configuration Manager. So coming to the brief history of Sccm, it started with the earlier version called as SMS. SMS stands for Systems Management Server. We have, coming to history, we have SMS 1.0, then we have SMS 2.0, then SMS 2003, which is the most stable version at that moment of time. Then we have Sccm 2007, and the current version is Sccm 2012. And again in Sccm 2012, there are 4 releases. The first release, Sccm 2012 RTM. Then the next release, Sccm 2012 Service Pack 1. Then we have Sccm 2012 R2 Release 2. And the latest version is Sccm 2012 Service Pack 2. Service Pack 2. So in the courseware, we are going to cover Sccm 2012 SP2. So coming to the Sccm part, it is majorly divided into Sccm, it is majorly divided into 3 major areas. The first area, asset management. Second area, deployments. And the third area, security. Let's try to understand each different areas, and we have some miscellaneous topics which will not fall into about 3. We'll see those things. The first one, asset management. So under asset management, the first thing is inventories. So when I'm having a small organization, let's say that I'm having 40 or 50 systems, what I can generally do is I will maintain an Excel sheet of the inventory of the system, like what is the processor, what is the model, etc., etc. But if I assume that I'm having 10,000 machines, it is hard to manage inventory of the systems manually, and also the changes which are happening regularly. So it is difficult to maintain manually. So that's a place where Sccm will help us gather inventory information of the systems in an automated way. So as and when changes are happening in the infra, I will get latest information about the inventory. So in the inventory, there are 2 types of inventories. So one is hardware inventory, and second one is software inventory. So Sccm will gather information about both hardware assets and software assets present in the organization. So the next thing, asset intelligence. Asset intelligence will be useful in understanding the license position of the company. So let's say that I have purchased 10 copies of Microsoft Visio, out of which I have installed 8 copies. Asset intelligence will generate a report about how many are purchased versus installed quantity and provide us if we are in short bar excess in license quantity. So this is language neutral and works for both Microsoft bar non-Microsoft products. Third one, software metering. Software metering is the process of measuring whether the installed software is being used by the users or not. So if users are not using the software, we can uninstall and save the license fee for the company and install for the users where it is required. Instead of wasting cost of licenses, we can understand the true usage and reallocate the licenses accordingly. So this will help us save cost to the company. The fourth one, remote tools. So with the help of Sccm remote tools, we can connect to end user machines in a shared mode and understand for any troubleshooting issues, or we can understand any issues users are facing and help them in troubleshooting. So the other advantage of using remote tools, it will also provide us auditing data about which user connected to which system and at what time. So along with the remote connectivity, it will also provide auditing information about the connections. So those are the 4 components in asset management. Let's see the second one, deployments. The first one, software deployment. Sccm is a deployment tool which will help us deploy software on remote machines in a silent manner without any intervention from end users. So there are 2 deployment methodologies in Sccm. The first one, packages and programs. The second one, application model. So packages and programs is the model carried forward from Sccm 2007, whereas applications, this model is new in 2012 and has around 14 different advantages over packages. Next thing, software update management. So Microsoft releases the patches to the products. It can be either XP or 7 or 8 or MS Office, etc. every second Tuesday of the month. So Sccm will provide a platform to measure whether the patches are required by the clients or not. If they are required, it will collect the information from the client and provide info in the server at the server side. Provides a mechanism to download the patches from Microsoft and deploy them according to the given schedule. So software update management, I can say there are two ways in software update management. So one is manual, where we will download the patches and try to schedule them as per available windows. The second one is automated, where Sccm will download and install the patches automatically on the systems. So end-to-end automation of patch management is a new feature in 2012. Then the third one, operating system deployment. So in the operating system deployment, so generally if you want to install an OS, we generally boot from CD bar network, format the hard drive, partition it or partition the hard drive and format the hard drive, install operating system, install the drivers for the hardware, install applications required by the user, and install latest patches for the products and migrate user data from old machine to new machine and hand it out to end user. So this process may take 3 to 4 hours based on the apps bar data. With the help of Sccm, we can automate all the above processes with zero touch, means no inputs required from end user, and complete the process with less amount of time based on the deployment model chosen. That's the second part. And coming to the third one, security. So endpoint protection. So endpoint protection is the Microsoft antivirus program which can be integrated into Sccm, and we can manage it completely via Sccm. So in the endpoint protection, there are 4 different things. One is endpoint protection server. Second one, endpoint protection client. Then the third one, anti-malware policies for the clients, and regular definition updates for latest updates for the threats. So all the 4 components can be managed and integrated into Sccm. So this is a add-on purchase and will not come along with Sccm license. Second one, compliance management. So compliance management is a feature which will help us understand security settings bar apply security settings on a system. With the help of Sccm, we can enforce bar measure security standards applied on a system, report them and fix them if there are any deviations from the baseline. The next thing, role-based access control. With the help of, so what I can say is, based on the and or technical support person user role, we can delegate security permissions on Sccm as per the required role, rather than providing entire permissions. We can limit permission on Sccm based on the technical support person role. If a person is only working on software updates, we can delegate only software update permission on Sccm. So based on the end user role, we can delegate the control. So third part. Come to the fourth part. The first one, power management. So with the help of Sccm, we can control power settings applied on a system and can save power cost on system basis. We can also generate a report where we can understand how much power is being saved due to power management. Next thing, wake on LAN. So wake on LAN is a feature which will power on remote systems and install the software bar patches during off business hours. So with the help of Sccm, we can power on the systems and do the necessary maintenance activities. That's the third one, mobile device management. So with the help of Sccm, we can manage mobile devices but limited functionality which is available for very old models. But when you integrate with a product called Microsoft Intune, we can manage all models of devices using Sccm in conjunction with Intune. Intune is an add-on purchase, and can be integrated with Sccm. Then we have reporting. So Sccm has a large set of reports where we can analyze, generate data for different combinations. Along with that, we can also create our own reports as required. So there are different areas where Sccm will be helpful in an organization. And coming to the courseware, the courseware is divided into 15 modules, and each module is attached with a lab. We'll see there is only one module where there is no lab. Other modules are attached with a lab. So coming to the 15 modules, the first module will start with the architecture of Sccm 2012, different physical logical components in Sccm, how to plan your Sccm hierarchy, and what are the business considerations we should be looking in the planning phase. Then we'll see how to document your infra and work on some documentations. Second module will start with the installation of Sccm 2012. We'll take one model which we discussed from above and try to build the lab from end to end. Then we'll discuss on troubleshooting scenarios probable issues with the installation log file information. Then we'll discuss on how to check different components once the installation is complete for healthy condition. Then the third module will discuss on organizing Sccm or organizing resources in Sccm, how to discover resources present in the organization and how to group them based on the locations bandwidths. Then the fourth module will discuss on client installation. So Sccm is a server and client based tool. So for every client you want to manage via Sccm, we need to install some software. We'll see how to install the client in a manual way and how to install client in a automated way. Then we'll discuss about troubleshooting logs for the client installation communication with the server. Then we'll discuss on troubleshooting tools available from the community to for client. Then we'll discuss on queries and reports. We'll see how to create a WMI bar SQL query and how to create a collection. So collection is a group of resources, and how to create your own reports. Then the sixth module will discuss on hardware inventory, how to configure the hardware inventory and how to extend the hardware inventory. Then software inventory, how to gather files using software inventory file information. Then we'll discuss on asset intelligence and software metering and the troubleshooting scenarios. Then the seventh module will discuss on software deployment using package and program model, and what are the log files, bar considerations. Then the eighth module will discuss on software deployment using application model. Then we'll understand what are the advantages of using applications over packages. Applications over packages and how they are beneficial to the company. Then the ninth module will discuss on software update management. So in this one there are two models, manual model and automated model. We will see the manual one first, how to download, bar install, bar report, patch information, and we'll discuss on how to use automated model and the possible scenarios of using automated model. Then we'll discuss on troubleshooting, patch management, bar reporting issues. Then the 10th module will see endpoint protection, how to integrate bar add endpoint protection with Sccm and how to manage it via Sccm. We'll see the server, agent, policies and definition updates, and we'll discuss on the respective log files bar troubleshooting. Then the 11th module will discuss on operating system deployment. So in the OSD there are two submodules. One is capture and second one is deploy. So capture is about capturing a system or a OS into Sccm as an image. We'll try to do one scenario in the lab, and in the deployment, how to deploy OS to new bar existing systems. We'll try to see one scenario in the lab. And the 12th module will discuss on mobile device management. So this is the only one which is theory. There is no lab for this module. 13th module will speak on compliance management, how to enforce security settings using Sccm and how to understand the baselines bar reporting the deviations and fixing the deviations as appropriate. Then the 14th module We'll discuss on Wake on LAN, how to use Wake on LAN, power management, and remote tools. Then the 15th module will discuss on backups, how to schedule SCM backups, and fine-tuning SCM for better performance. So these are the 15 modules which we are going to discuss in the courseware. So Q&A. Any questions? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing funny. It's okay.
Okay. So anybody else, if you have any questions, I'll be able to answer you out. Anything related to technical things.
And one more thing, funny. Are you telling the concepts of report building? So you told that concept now, creating the queries. So it's having a session, or we'll just create some
Yes.
simple queries.
Now we'll try to do the understanding of the architecture of that database.
Okay.
So because if understanding the database, if you understand A query or B query, the concept is same. So the main logic is to understand the database level structure, how the backend database is constructed in Sccm. We'll try to discuss those concepts and try to build the queries using report builder and try to do the automatic queries and how the logic is defined. Any other questions?
So,
So
and
any
one
other
more thing
questions from the
funny. So
team?
how many hours the session will be on the weekends?
Timings and other stuff, Acutelearn team will take care. Okay, I
Okay.
don't take care of the timings and stuff.
Okay, fine.
So any other questions? Hello. Okay then. So thanks for attending the demo. Hope to see you in the
Thank
course.
you, funny.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Bye.